Good morning, y'all. How y'all feeling today? Happy Tuesday. It says that it is Thursday, August the 10th, but that's wrong. It is Tuesday, August the 11th, and there's a lot going on in the news today. Oh, my goodness. Did you guys hear about that stuff in Chicago? More than 100 people were arrested yesterday in Chicago on charges of disorderly conduct, looting, and battery against the police. 13 officers were injured, 2 civilians were shot, and the riots are believed to be tied to a shooting of a 20-year-old man who police say shot at them first. So police say. So a whole nother situation. But I want to remind y'all of a situation that has not yet been remedied, rectified, or properly dealt with. And that is the death of Breonna Taylor. So do yourself a favor today. As you post your super cute selfies and your inspirational words and your funny videos and all of those things and your birthday shout outs and all of that, make sure you post about Breonna Taylor. Remember that her killers, the murderers, they're also known as cops, have still yet to be arrested. They're still doing an investigation, but just do yourself a favor and, I don't know, just remind them, just in case they forgot. For some women, for some reason, as black women, we just don't get that justice. Breonna Taylor, Breonna Taylor, Breonna Taylor. I'm going to give y'all some news, but the news y'all need to know is Breonna Taylor. Speaking of that, and because of that, remember and reminder, I'll let y'all know and do my whole rundown. Get to the polls today, okay? All eyes are on the runoff election in Georgia. We have an election and today, it's the runoff between Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene and Democrat John Cohen for the 14th Congressional District, and member of the Democratic Squad, Rep. Elin Omar is fighting to keep her congressional seat in Minnesota. Primary elections are also being held in Connecticut, Vermont, and Wisconsin. So if you in any of them cities, your family is in any of those cities. I'm literally taking my car to get something fixed today. So I'm going to drop my car off and I am Ubering to the polls. And I will stand out there as long as it takes and I will Uber myself back. That's how real it is. So I'm going to do my job. Y'all do your job. And collectively together, we can make some change. What y'all thinking about it? What y'all think? Yes, I'm still on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Actually, we here right now. Listening. And I'm going to give y'all the 4th hour news. Let y'all know what's going on in the world. Did y'all hear about that gas explosion in Baltimore? I got that coming up. Super crazy. And Vladimir Putin announced yesterday that is Russia's Trump. Yeah. Well, he said that he has a vaccine for the Rona. Trump administration is considering new border rule that would keep the U.S. citizens and legal residents from coming back. What the hell? There's just so much going on. There's so much going on. And, you know, today's Tuesday. And every Tuesday we do this thing called Talk It Out Tuesday with licensed counselor Yanetta Springs. Thank God. You know, our forever First Lady, Michelle Obama, did a podcast and is doing a podcast, which is super cool. And last week she talked about low-grade depression and how she felt like, you know, this Rona done got her low-grade depressed. And the reality is she's not alone. That is the truth. That is like the truth for so many people. So as we're dealing with like trying to get to these polls, to vote, explosions, riots, weather. I mean, literally 1 million people up the coast because of this hurricane. Isaiah's done ran that weather out, honey. Done knocked these houses down, buildings down. We're all crazy. The world is crazy. So we're going to pray and we're going to send love. I'm good. Can you hear me? I'm over here talking to my friends. That was my producer. I want to know if I'm ready because I'm over here popping all this shit. But that's how I feel. That's how I feel. So instead of us getting frustrated about all the stuff we can change, let's figure out what we can change, which is what the hell is y'all doing about these kids going to school? That's what I want to know. No, I'm serious. I got in my mom's group chat. I got Viper Moms. Shout out to my Viper Moms. What are we doing? And thank God one of our girls is an educator, Danya. So, Danya, child, help me. Help me. You're right. We need to pray and active. And yes, just be active, attentive, and do your part. You can't do what I do. I can't do what you do. Shit, I can't do what Obama did, but I can do what I can do. And you can do what you can do. We all do it together. And we gonna make something. No, we have to go live. So producer just making sure. I don't think I'm sending my kids back. You don't think it? Okay, so if you don't send your kids back to school, what are you doing? Like if you have a house full of kids, I get it because they can interact with each other. But what do you do if you only have one 6-year-old? She over me. I'm over her. She's not trying to kick it with me. Go to the nail shop and get facials and stuff. Like, come on. I don't know. And that's just my job. But some people have jobs that can't do that. All right, let's go live. Y'all ready?
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 22 minutes after the hour, y'all. This segment is being brought to you by America's Best. That's right, y'all. Your health is our priority. America's Best contacts and eyeglasses stores are now open to safely serve your vision needs. It's not just a better deal, it's America's Best. What up, Eva?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday. And I'm just going to say it again. Happy birthday week, Rickey Smiley.
You know I sure appreciate you.
Here with a quick look at your headline news. So, more than 100 people were arrested yesterday in Chicago on charges of disorderly conduct, looting, and battery against the police. 13 officers were injured and 2 civilians were shot. The riots were believed to be tied to a shooting of a 20-year-old man who police say shot at him first. But that still has yet to be fully investigated. In other news, a gas explosion destroyed 3 row houses in northwest Baltimore yesterday, sadly killing 1 woman and injuring at least 7 other people. In coronavirus news, Russia has approved a COVID-19 vaccine, even though the clinical trials are not yet finished. And the Trump administration is considering a new border rule that will keep U.S. citizens and legal residents of the U.S. from coming back to the country if the border officer believes that they have the coronavirus. And scientists say that when it comes to wearing masks, neck gaiters and those scarves and bandanas that are worn are the worst way to keep you safe. So wear a proper mask. Now, in other news, Joe Biden is believed to have finally chosen a running mate, and an announcement is planned for the middle of the week, and we will be waiting. And lastly, a reminder. Please get to the polls today, okay? All eyes are on the runoff election in Georgia between Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene and Democrat John Cohen for the 14th Congressional District. And remember, a member of the Democratic squad, Representative Elin Omar, is fighting to keep her congressional seat in Minnesota. Primary elections will also be held in Connecticut, Vermont, and Wisconsin. Get up and get out to the polls today. Exercise your right to vote. That was a quick look at your headline news. Rock teasy, oh sheezy. Let's take a look at sports.
All reasy, man. Well, as the NCAA continues to go back and forth on if they will be playing a fall football season or not, one of their quarterbacks from Clemson, Trevor Lawrence, says, we want to play. We're more likely to get coronavirus in everyday life than playing football because on campus they'll have more of a strict precautions and so on and so forth. If all the players go back to their communities, they're more at risk. So he's like, we might as well go ahead and just let us play. And it is what it is. And some scumbags vandalized Calvert High School in Maryland, the football field, the stadium, with some racist language. They took some spray paint and spray painted some graffiti with the message F N-word. And the N-word, of course, rhymes with trigger. And that particular school...
Go ahead.
No, that particular school just hired a new principal, and the principal took a picture in a football uniform like, hey, let's go. He's representing his school. And I guess some students went out there on the football field. They didn't like that, and there you go.
So they mad because they got a black principal?
At the end of the day, yes, sir. Absolutely.
So if my kid was playing football at that high school, he wouldn't play not one down. Transfer him and send him to another high school and let him have it. All these athletes, man, out here, you want us to get out there and run on the field and win games for you, but we're not good enough to be the principal at the school. This is what we're marching about. This is what we're protesting about. Systematic racism. I don't understand. With all of this stuff that's going on and all of the racism and stuff, Breonna Taylor's cops, the cops that killed Breonna Taylor, they haven't been arrested, and the way they've treated Colin Kaepernick. Why are we even fooling with these folks? Why are we all sending our kids to Alabama State and Alabama A&M and Tennessee State and FAMU and Morehouse, Clark College, Clark Atlanta University, and all these other universities all over the country to play football and basketball and stop making them rich They don't want you there. They don't respect you because what, everybody's supposed to wear a football helmet? Is that the only way you not get shot by the police and having on the University of Michigan football helmet? Right, you in Detroit. So if you wear a University of Michigan football helmet in a jersey, they think you play on the team. So, they're not going to kill you. But at some point, they have to take the helmet off, and then you got to be dealing with this kind of stuff. And Donald Trump, and the way he has operated and governed, have made racism okay. You know what I'm saying? It's bad, man. I went them football players, all black players need to not play another down at that school and transfer and go somewhere else. I'm sorry.
That's probably what happened.
Don't be sorry.
I don't care if you get mad. Judge your mammy. Go ahead.
There it is, man. The brat got the hot spot. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.